Hello and welcome to another episode of Nothing But Bass. Together with me in the studio, I got Mr. Greg Joy here.
Hello.
Hello. We met together in university, and we have been doing this exercise for many, many times in many, many hours. I remember catching this exercise from watching Victor Wooten. But if any one of you knows the band named Dirty Loops, the drummer and bass player also recommended rehearsing like this with just the drummer and the bass player. And the exercise goes out on switching the accent from not always having it on beat one, because we are being kind of spoiled by playing popular music where everything is on the downbeat one, and we hardly practice accenting other beats in the bar. So do you want to maybe go through the exercise of level 1, which is what you know?
Yeah, so this exercise is really good for locking in as a rhythm section. And drummers out there, I actually personally find it easier and more fun to play alongside a bass player, because you are getting like that melodic value as well as just like grilling out numbers and accents. So the first one, we literally will just hit out the numbers and we just concentrate on hitting exactly know what rhythms we're hitting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1,
2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I didn't play the one there. But as the exercise goes along, it's we literally are moving the accent from beat 1, and then we're moving every 8th note. In the bars we go 1, we go 1 and, we go 2, we go 2 and so on and so forth. You could also do this in 16th notes. We've been doing that too, which you go 1 E and A, and then you accent every step of them. We're not doing that this time. So that's kind of like the level 1, where you kind of, and don't get me wrong, stay on level 1 for as long as you want, but get it really under your skin before you move on to level 2, which is playing this accent and doing it in a beat, which was the video that you saw earlier, and I can play it off later in the video. It's a completely different beast trying to do this exercise in a groove.
Yes.
What do you think?
And drummers, don't be scared to make the space for it, because obviously when you're drumming and you're creating an accent, when you're accenting something that isn't on the 1, that's exciting enough. So sometimes I've done this exercise and I'm actually overplaying, so playing the accent, it sort of gets lost. Sometimes it's nice to give that space up to like build up to the accent. So when you're playing, don't feel you have to play like your most complicated groove that you have, or fill and rudiments. Just literally play a pulse and start playing with the accents. And if it gets too comfortable or you want to challenge it, you know, you can always change it into halftime, or you can always change where you accent. Like I'm using kick and hi-hat, but there could be different combinations and different linear rhythms that you want to do on top. But creating the space at the start and just understanding what and where you're accenting is the most important stage for me. It's like feeling comfortable, you know where it is. One last thing I'd say is, if you are comfortable, then make sure you land on the 1 regardless of what you're accenting, because I know I'm playing like a kick and a hi-hat combination to accent, but then dropping a 1 on it, start slowly filling it up, and slowly you have to really think about where you are in that sort of bar by bar section. But it's one of those where less is more for this. Would you agree?
I think both less is more, but also to make sure that you're still on it. You still know your head is in the game, and you're not just playing, not thinking about it. And at some point, and hopefully you will get to that point where you don't count, where you just feel when that accent is going to be. And obviously it's not normal to move the accent during a song, but that's why we practice. We practice the hard stuff so that playing is easier on stage. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. You can always rewind back to see the video at the beginning. I hope you try this exercise. Find the nearest drummer in your environment and crack out that exercise and see if you can get on with it.
Absolutely. Good luck.